thank all of the staff, the chefs, the cooks, everyone that took part in creating this wonderful meal for all of us. We give them a round of applause. It's a rare treat that I get to be sitting down enjoying a meal, because typically I'm the person that's milling around and or cooking the food. So thanks for the opportunity to be a part of that. So graduation day is upon us. It's such an honor to be speaking with you here guys today. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here and have a chance to chat with you about my greatest passion, which is the business of hospitality. Before I begin, I want to extend a very heartfelt thanks, though, to Director Borshevek. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. In addition, I'd also like to thank the entire School of Hospitality Business faculty and staff. If it wasn't for all of your leadership and guidance, I definitely would not be here today. And I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you and your passion to guide all of your students to greatness. So when Director Borshevek asked me to speak with you today, my mind immediately started racing with a million different things I would love to talk with all of you about. Unfortunately, we don't have quite time for that, so I figured let's just cover two pointers. But before we get into them, I wanted to share one of the reasons I was so excited to speak with all of you today. The answer is age. You see, yes, I am older, but you can see by my amazing haircut here. But we're closer in age than you may think. And one of the life lessons I learned very loud and very, very clear is that age lends perspective. Let me repeat that. Age lends perspective. You see, when I was your age, when it came to restaurants, business, numbers, I thought I knew absolutely everything. And about 6 seconds into my first job, I realized that I was very, very, very wrong. Yet as time went on, I got promotions, raises, achieved a few certifications, and you know what I kept gaining? A little something called perspective. And that perspective taught me two things. Number one, people that were older than me had a lot of knowledge that I did not. And number two, I had some knowledge that those same people did not. You see, as you go out in the real world, you'll find out, like I did, that you have a ton to learn. But you'll also find out you have a ton to offer. You see, our age is a gift. Yes, that's right. As much as I'd like to say it's not true, like all of you, I too am a millennial. And I was excited to speak with you guys today because I wanted to share my encouragement for you, me, all of us, because we are all the future of hospitality. So let's get on to those pointers. And how did I come to such knowledge, you ask? Through many years and much reflection, by gaining, you guessed it, a little perspective. So what are these all-important pointers I keep referencing? Some of you here are going to be hoteliers, some restaurateurs like myself, some country club professionals. Some of you might get into hospitality real estate, and others of you may get into the very tempting world of casinos. But all of you, and I really mean all of you, over time will find out there are a few absolute truths in the world of business. And it's my hope I can speed up this process and today finally share two of these truths with you. So what are they, you ask? Simply to relentlessly pursue knowledge and to relentlessly pursue excellence. Relentlessly pursue knowledge and relentlessly pursue excellence. Now what you were expecting? You see, most people would say, I'm just finishing college, and you're telling me the most important piece of information that you have for me is to pursue more knowledge. Yes, that is correct. You see, knowledge is power. I'm sure you've heard this many times before, but it's so true. Let me give you an example. So you just finished college, you've accepted a job at the Ritz-Carlton in downtown Chicago, and you are pumped. You're super excited to start your first day. You enter the management training program, and you've been assigned to the front desk, and you're very eager to take over the windy seat. A few months into the job, you've digested the entire management training program. But you say, heck, this Luke guy at graduation told me that I'm supposed to, quote, relentlessly pursue knowledge. So let's give this thing a shot. So then you proceed to learn the ins and outs of the entire restaurant menu at Terali, the Italian steakhouse, which is located in the lobby just steps away from the front desk of the Ritz-Carlton where you spend most of your days. So you dig into this menu. I mean, you really dig into the menu. You talk to the chefs, you talk to the servers, even the front of house manager. When it's all said and done, you know the menu inside and out, down to the last ingredient. Knowledge has been achieved, 2 points to you. Another month goes by. The next day you get a phone call at work. The hotel general manager wants to see you in his office right away. What? Why? You begin getting anxious as you make your way up to the 35th floor. Upon arriving, the general manager warmly greets you and tells you to take a seat in his office. He asks you a question. Did you tell a woman last night about the vegetarian options at Torali, our Italian steakhouse? Yes, you say with hesitation. Why didn't you refer her to the concierge or even the restaurant manager, both of whom were working last night? Well, you said, I thought it'd be easier if I just assisted her right here, right then, at that moment, rather than making her jump through the hoops of having to talk to another person or re-explain her question to someone else. I thought it would be a better customer service experience at that time for the guests to take care of it than they did. The GM then paused and asked, well, how did you know this information with regards to the menu upon their asking the question? I studied it, he responded. I talked to chefs, servers, even the front house manager. I thought the more I knew about every aspect of this hotel, the better I could potentially serve each and every one of our guests. That guest you assisted last night, she was my wife, the general manager said. So what do you think the general manager thought? What impression do you think the young manager in training left upon the general manager? And how many other front desk agents do you think knew the entire menu at Torali, down to the last ingredient by heart? You see, this might sound like a far-fetched story, but trust me, it's not. Always pursue knowledge. It's the foundation of your journey and the difference between success and failure. Your second call is to relentlessly pursue excellence. How many people wake up every day and say, today, I'm going to pursue excellence in everything that I do? The answer is literally almost no one. And that's the thing. If and when you do this, there will literally be no one else doing it. Trust me. You will be the only one doing it. And I sincerely mean that. The first job I took out of college is at a restaurant by the name of True. It was located in downtown Chicago. It was a very highly decorated restaurant. It had been pretty much bestowed every award you could bestow upon a restaurant. It was very expensive. And in a lot of people's estimation and opinion, one of the best restaurants in Chicago during that era. I had a desire to work there for one and only one reason. I wanted to learn what exactly the purest form of excellence looks like in the business world. I wanted to see what it meant to feel excellence in your bones. And guess what I learned? Exactly that. I learned that excellence is a habit. It's a habit you form through repetition and the realization that striving for greatness on a daily basis is a choice you either make or you don't. From how you fold napkins to how you peel an onion. I learned that at True, everything is looked at under a microscope. Even how a server carries a tray of champagne flutes. No job was too big or too small. They all had the same relentless veil of excellence draped over every task each and every day. I'll never forget my first day of work there. The general manager, Serge, he asked me to come and join me in the dining room. After I sat down on the very comfortable couch, I looked up. He asked me a question. Look at the top shelf, he said. Do you see a sculpture up there? I looked up toward the ceiling and said, yes, I see the sculpture. He asked, is it dusty? I kind of smiled and said, I'm not really sure. I would venture a guess probably that yes, there probably is some dust on the sculpture though. He then looked at me and said, and I'll never forget his words, when you can answer that question with confidence, you'll be ready to run this restaurant. It's been many years and that interaction has always stuck with me to this day. And one day I realized why it stuck with me. I realized why he asked me the question. You see, excellence is knowing if the sculpture is dusty and then cleaning it. It's taking the time to sweat the small stuff. It's taking the time to look at every inch of every detail of every job every single day. That's what it means to relentlessly pursue excellence. And yes, it sounds as absolutely as intense as it really is, but in my opinion, it's what truly makes a difference. When I look back at the last decade plus of running restaurants, I've learned a lot of things. And today I decided to talk about just two of them. The question is, will you humbly submit yourself to learn every day from those around you and strive for greatness in everything that you do? Will you look at every day as an opportunity to grasp potential and hustle harder than anyone else? My hope is that you will. Your time here at Michigan State University has given you such a solid foundation. You've learned every aspect of hospitality business from some of the best minds in the entire industry. Ask questions, make mistakes, take risks. And remember, seek perspective at every chance you get, gain knowledge when the opportunity always presents itself, and always pursue excellence in everything that you do. I wish you all nothing but the best. I look forward to seeing where your careers go, and I'm excited to see you as you start your journey forward. Enjoy your graduation. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today, and God bless.